test plan. Test plan is a project using which we try to test it. You want to test to Google now? Some separate project we create that is called test plan. Yeah. Okay, JUnit test plan is different. This is different. Your test plan means a project using which you want to test a website. Using which you want to test a website. Threads means what? Represents the user to generate the request. Each user can generate multiple requests or not there. Here thread means not request. Thread means user. Don't confuse. Represent the users. Let me highlight users. Got it? Yes. Listeners. Yeah. Once testing is done, all responses are received, they are saved. Responses are received and what? They are saved. Okay, once they are saved, we want to see the exclusive report or not there. And for seeing the report, we have to take the support of listeners or not there. We have to take the support of listeners or not there, guys. That's good. Next one is what, guys? Samplers. Yeah, what do you mean by samplers, my dear? What do you mean by samplers, my dear? I want reply, guys. Come on. Yeah. What do you want to test? What do you want to see? What do you want to test? By sending HTTP request or by sending request to database? So what do you want to test? Look at various possible listeners, view results tree, aggregate graph. Come on, aggregate report, graph result, response time graph, view results in table. We have a lot of options. Are there or not there? That means how we want to see the report. Different varieties of report, guys. Tell me. Next one, samplers. Samplers means what? What you want to test? Flow control action, HTTP request, debug sampler, access sampler, bean shell sampler, bolt request, FTP request, GraphQL HTTP request. Different varieties of things that you want to test. Generally in website, we deal with what? HTTP. The users are different types of samplers to test. The performance test of different server software like database software, website, mail server and what, etc. See, test plan is a project. Test plan is a project. There we add threads. Come on. There we simply add what? Threads. These threads will have what? So request is generated and report came. Okay, how you want to see that report? How exactly you want to present that data of the report? That is decided by listeners or not there. First we create test plan, nothing but project. Okay, there we create what? Threads, a number of users. And we ask a user what you want to test. HTTP request. Okay, tested website details, mode, everything, request parameter, everything is given. Okay, we ask how many requests you want to give. 1,000. After giving 1,000 requests, you get 1,000 responses. Some of them fail, some of them slow, some of them fast. All of them should be presented as a report. Okay, which report you want to use? That is decided by sampler. Which report you want to use? That is seriously decided by what? Sampler. Got it, my dear? Yes. Okay. Next one, there is one more concept called timers. You want to give those requests one by one, simultaneously, having some gap. That gap is fixed gap, random gap, constant gap. Come on. That can be done through timers or not there. Sir, why timers are useful, sir? I just don't want to check the load, boss. I just want to check different varieties of load. For example, there is called endurance test. What is there? That is also performance test, boss. But endurance. Endurance means what? Endurance means what? In a given time, okay. In a given time, how much maximum you can take? That means stability and continuity, boss. And generally, the people who are going for gym or who are doing workout, they know the word of endurance. Endurance means what? Not capacity. The capacity of holding the maximum, how much time it can hold. Stress, up and down, spike, up and down. So we have different types of load test, boss. And for that one, timers are very important or not there. Without timers, can we create such situation, guys? You created 100 users, 100, 1,000 requests, end of the story, right? But you want to create what? Different models of what? Testing. Okay, that's good. So tell me, in JUnit terminology, what are popular? Test plan. Test plan is a project. What is there? Test plan is a project. Are you getting my point there, guys? Okay. Test plan is what? Project. Test plan is a project where we want to test it. Then what? Threads. How many users you want? Okay. Sampler. What you want to test? Okay. Next, listeners, where you want to see the report, and the timers. Okay. When these number of users and number of requests are there, how you want to send the request? Having any time gap or without having any time gap? Having any time gap or without having what? Any time gap. So types of performance testing, guys. What is there? Types of what? Performance testing. Shall we start understanding that, my dear? Okay, tell me. Types of performance test. This is performance test, guys. But we have different types of performance test are not there. Okay, now tell me. There is a load test. There is an endurance test. There is a volume test. There is a scalability test. There is a spike test. There is a stress test. All are performance tests, but variety in the performance test. Okay, shall we start understanding, my dear? Yeah, functional, non-functional feature we already discussed. But performance test is only on what? Functional, functionality things only, not on non-functional things, right? Yes. Now let's see. Software performance testing is a type of non-functional testing. Listen, guys, testing always comes under what? Functional testing and non-functional. We don't check the feature. We don't check the feature. We check what? Overall, like how speed it is, how bad it is. That's an unfunctional testing only, na boss? Right. In which the performance of application is evaluated under expected or what? High load. Performance testing is carried out to ensure different performance attributes of the system, like response time, reliability, resource usage, scalability, stability, under varieties of what? Conditions. Okay, where is this, guys? Load testing. First, I'm talking about load. Load testing is a type of testing that simulate real world load on any software application or website. It helps determine how the system behaves under what? Both normal and peak conditions. Load testing can be performed under what? Controlled lab condition to compare what? Capabilities of different system, or to accurately measure capabilities of what? Single system. To accurately measure capability of what? Single system. Are you getting my point, my dear? Okay, this is called load test. Before releasing Flipkart.com, Flipkart people will think that on a big million sale day, 1 crore people will come. If my website is giving 1 crore required in a lab environment, how does it behave? It is failed. They try to improve those facilities that are required to make sure it's running. Instead of failing on big million day, it's better to fail in the lab now, boss. Okay, on normal day, what to require? On normal day, big infrastructure is not required. Normal infrastructure is required. So that's why they get the idea how to maintain this process. In the lab itself, they come to one conclusion. Oh, on normal day, these are the parameters to run the application. On big million day, these are the more parameters I have to add to run the application. Are you getting my point there, guys? Load. In a given normal condition and peak condition, whether my website is able to withhold the performance or not. That will be tested in load testing or not there. Next one, stress testing. Stress means what? When you join in a company, sometime deadline is reached, but you are not able to finish. You'll feel very stressed or not there. Before completion of one task, only another task is assigned to you. Then also you'll feel bit stressed or not there. Hectic day, morning to evening. Okay. Then you will feel very stressed or not there, guys. Testing is also performance testing, which helps to determine ability to of a computer network or program or device to maintain what? Certain level of effectiveness under unfavorable conditions. Conditions are not favorable, but still you are able to maintain what? Proper performance or not. That is called stress testing or not there, guys. Once in a while internet is going down, our computer hard disk memory is reducing, our RAM is busy with other services, that time also this website is able to give what? Same old performance or not. That is called stress testing or not there. Conditions are not so favorable, both hardware and software wise, but still whether it is able to deliver the best performance or not, right? Whether it is able to deliver what? Best performance or not. That will be decided through stress testing or not there. If website executing environment is having what? Limited memory, CPU time, then also we can check whether the website is behaving up to its potential or not. Whether website is behaving what? Up to its potential or not. Are you getting my point, my dear? Super. If website executing environment is having what? Limited memory, CPU time, then also we can check whether website behaving up to what? Its potential or not. Are you getting my point there or not there? Super. Stress testing is also known as what? Fatigue. Fatigue testing. Fatigue means what? Against some kind of stress only, right? What does spike test mean? Okay, now I'm talking about what? Spike testing. Yeah, in the name only meaning is there. Check it out, guys. Spike test. Tell me, spike test means what? All of sudden, number of requests are increasing, all of sudden reducing, all of sudden increasing, all of sudden reducing. Like health check meter in the hospital. In movies we see, na? When you go to real hospital, we don't check whether the meter is there or not there. But in every movie, severity of the health will be shown based on what? That what is that meter, guys? Ecosystem, equal to cardio meter, whatever it is. And in the childhood, I used to think that plain means normal, zigzag means health problem is there. But later I realized zigzag means what? Patient is alive. Plain means what? Is off. Okay, fine. Hmm. Earlier I used to think that, it is showing normal, na, why people are crying? Fine. Later I realized, so when heart is beating, it will be up and down, right? When it is not beating, it will be what? Plain line. Okay, spike test. Because when we are not doctor, we become our own doctor, right? Mm. And especially nowadays after Google or ChatGPT, everyone is becoming self-doctor, self-nurse. Okay. So self-healing is started, right? Mm. Okay. Spike testing is a type of what? Performance testing that measures application's ability to respond for what? Large changes in demand value. It's a common part of routine testing for application in order to spot what? Weakness and potential problem in the production environment. Okay. Daily e-commerce application getting 1,000 requests. On sale day, it is getting what? 1 crore request. All of a sudden, whether our e-commerce application is ready or not, will be tested by using spike test or not there, guys. Or morning to afternoon small, afternoon to evening more request, night more request, again reducing, again increasing, again reducing, again increase. Whether your website is ready to take that situation or not there. That will be what? What the spike test. Alright, to create all this spike test and everything, we need to work with a lot of timers are not there. That's why they have come up with what timer options also. What options, guys? That is spike test. Endurance test, guys. Okay. All of a sudden, 1,000 requests have become 10,000 requests. And those 10,000 requests continuing for what? 3 days like that. 3 days continuously. More or less, they are continuing. At that time, your website is having capability hold them for 3 days or not. Will be decided by whom, guys? Endurance test. What test, guys? Will be definitely decided by whom, guys? Endurance test. What is there, guys? Endurance test. Okay. Endurance testing is a type of software testing that is performed to observe whether an application can resist the processing load it is expected to have to endure for long period. During endurance testing, memory consumption is not considered to determine what? Potential failure. Performance quality is also calculated during what? Endurance testing. Performance quality is definitely calculated or not there. Endurance testing is mainly performed to measure the response of a tested element under what? Potential simulated condition for a specific period of and for a certain load. Observations recorded during what? Endurance testing are what? Further used to improve the corresponding parameters of software application. Endurance testing is also known as what? Soak testing. Array, nothing is there, boss. Number of requests came and they're continuing for a long time. Check it out. That performed observe whether an application can resist processing load. It is expected to have to endure for a long period. That's what I'm saying. See, lifting the weight of 100 kgs, though you are capable of 80 kgs is okay. Okay. But how much time you can hold it? That will decide your endurance or not there. That will decide your endurance or not there. Okay. You can jump high. That's fine. But how many times you can repeat that? That shows your endurance or not there. Come on, guys. So one day for lunch you eat 2 biryanis, but daily can you do it? If you are able to do it continuously every day, your endurance is good, right? Only one day you did and 10 days you are not eating anything because of stomach upset and other thing. So you don't have endurance. You have you are passed in spike test, but you are failed in what? Endurance test. Got it, guys? You passed in what? Spike test. Because on a given day, in a given situation, on challenge, you are able to eat many things that you are not capable of. That means you are passed in spike test. But did you pass in what? Endurance test, guys? No. If you continue the same thing every day, your endurance also good. Yeah, same thing, guys. Endurance testing is mainly performed to measure the response of what? Tested element under potential simulated condition for a specific period and for a certain load. Observations are recorded during endurance testing and further used to improve what? Corresponding performance of software application. Endurance testing is also known as what? Soak testing. Array. Everyone can dip into the water, but how much time you can stay in the water, that matters, right? I can dip, you can dip, anyone can dip. But after dipping, how much time you can stay in the water, that really matters or not there. That shows his stamina. Stamina, okay. Stamina is also same thing. So that's why they named it as what? Soak testing. What test, guys? Soak. What is that? Volume test. Yes. What is there, guys? Volume test. Volume testing, a non-functional testing, is what? Essential software testing that evaluates what? System ability to handle extensive data or what? Transactions efficiently or what? Reliably. This type of testing is part of what? Performance test. Essential software testing that evaluates systems ability to handle what? Extensive data or a transaction. Okay. It is not talking about number of requests, guys. It is talking about what? The data that is coming along with the request. It is not talking about number of requests. It's talking about what? The data that is coming along with the request. If data is more, whether it is able to take it. If response data is more, whether it is able to handle or not. If request data is more, whether it is able to handle or not. Response data is more, whether it is able to handle or not. That will be tested in volume testing or not there. That will be tested a lot in what? Volume testing. What do you say, guys? Volume testing, a non-functional testing. Okay. It ensures the application can operate under what? Unexpected and peak condition without impacting the performance or causing what? Outages. During this testing, testers generate large amounts of data to simulate real world usage scenarios and observe what? Systems response. This helps to identify potential bottlenecks and what? Performance issue, such as slow response time, data loss, and what? Memory leaks. Do you know volume testing is also called as what? Flood testing. Volume testing is also called as what? Flood test. Scalability testing, guys. Okay, scalability testing. Tell me, scalability testing is non-functional testing method that measures performance testing network when number of user requests are scale up or down. The purpose of scalability testing is to ensure the system can handle projected increase user traffic, data volume, transaction count, frequency, if the system able to meet growing needs or not. Day to day, my business is increasing in my website. Okay, accordingly, it is able to take the request or not. That is called scalability. Day to day increasing, guys. Day to day increasing. It is also referred as what? Performance testing, such. It is focused on what? Behavior of the application when deployed to a larger system. Tested under what? Excess load. In a software engineering, scalability testing is what? To measure at what point the application stops scaling and identify the reason behind. Array, first day 100 request taking, second day 200 taking, third day 300 taking, and what day it is not taking. That means it's taking up to 1000 requests, but when it is given 1001, it is not taking. So till that time, we say, oh, this website is designed for 1000 users. So you want to make it for 2000 users, you have to add more hardware and software. So more hardware and what? Software. Listen, this is a problem. All things look similar, but small changes are there. Okay, first what? Performance test. All these tests are called performance tests. Anything that will record request and response is called what? Load test. Here, I am planning to give 1000 requests a day, whether it is able to take or not. We check for only 1000, nothing else. Less, not nothing less, nothing more. That's the load test. Next one, stress test. Conditions are unfavorable. Web server is not a great web server. Internet is not great, but still it is able to give better performance or not. Bandwidth is not good. Next one, what is there? Spike test. All of a sudden, number of requests are increasing, decreasing, whether it is able to take those things. Next one, endurance test. Number of requests are increased, but that are continuing for a long time. Whether it is able to withhold that long time or not. Come on. Next one. volume test. Along with the request, okay, data is increasing. Along with the response, data is increasing. Whether it is able to carry the data effectively or not, right? Okay, next one is what? Scalability test. Okay, when it comes to scalability test, come on. When it comes to what? Scalability test. My application is day to day growing. Number of requests are day to day growing. Okay, I just want to check up to what level it can grow effectively. What level? It can grow effectively. Up to which level it can grow what? Effectively. Understanding my statement, guys? Okay, that comes under what? Scalability test. I think we covered all types of testings now, boss. Spike test, volume test, endurance test, load test, and what? Scalability test. Okay, now to get more clarity on it, guys, to get what? More clarity on it, go to what? ChatGPT. Go to ChatGPT. Give, give me table explaining different types of performance testing. Performance testing with use cases. Yeah, use case also given, guys. Load test checks system performance under expected user load. Key focus response time through output resource usage. 500 expected users accessing what? E-commerce application simultaneously. Stress test. Check system behavior under what? Extreme load and behind capacity. Stability, failure handling, and system breakpoint. Pushing 1,000 users to find whether application crashes or not. I just want to check whether it is crashes or not. Spike test. Check system behavior during sudden sharp increase in the load. Ability to handle sudden spikes. Flash sale, viral marketing traffic. Okay, na? Endurance test, soak test. Check system stability under what? Longer load. Memory leaks, performance degradation over time. Running system for 24 hours with a steady load. Next one, volume or flood test. Checking, handling large amounts of data. Database read-write limits, indexing performance. Uploading millions of records to test DB performance, right? Scalability test. Check how the system scales when resources are what? Added. Vertical horizontal scaling load distribution. Increasing server count to check improved what? Performance. When you increase number of parallel servers, Gmail is there. They have kept 10 servers across the globe. At that time, how the performance is there. That is called scalability test. The scaling may be horizontal scaling or vertical scaling. I think you know difference between horizontal scaling and vertical scaling. Listen carefully. Paradise Hotel, initially capacity of 500 members. Okay. But they dismantled that building. Okay. They constructed a 10-floor building and started allowing what? 3,000 people at a time for dining. That is called what, guys? That is called what, guys? Vertical scaling. But there is upper limit for every vertical scaling, guys. Okay, instead of that, same 500 capacity or 300 capacity, small hotel, they opened in 10 different places of the city. Later, 100 different places of the nation. Later, 1,000 different places of what? World. So that is called horizontal scaling or not there. After doing vertical or horizontal scaling, whether performance is good or bad, we have to worry. Next, what is there? Capacities testing. Identify maximum capacity the system can handle before performance drops. Before what? Performance drop. Maximum concurrent user support, guys. Finding whether system support 2000 versus what? 3000 users. Latency test. Measure response delays between request and what? Reply. Network delays, graphical performance. Testing application in India versus US and what? Europe. Network related issues, guys. Failure and recovery testing. Check how system behave during failures and what? Recovers. Redundancy, auto restart, backup, switchover. One server failed, traffic moves toward another without downtime. That failure is there or not there. Configuration testing. Identify best configuration for what? Performance. Tuning OS, DB, network, memory, cache. Changing RAM, DB configuration, this one. Configuration. Which combination is working count? Which number of devices, which software versions working best? So that is called what? Configuration testing. I don't worry about three things which I have not kept, but we got different types of testings there are not there. Load test. Okay, we'll take in a funny example. Load test. Okay. I'm expecting, okay, I'm expecting someone to lift 100 cases. Whether he lift or not, that's only. If lifted, pass. If not lifted, not pass. We don't worry how maximum he can lift. No. Whether he lifted that load or not. That is load test. Stress test. He's not feeling healthy, but that day he came and what? Lifted 100 cases. That means he's able to do perform well in unfavorable condition. Spike test. What is their what? Spike test. As part of workout, the trainer is making the person lifting small weight and high weight, small weights and high weight. So whether he is able to switch that properly or not. Endurance test. After lifting 100 cases, how much time he can withhold? 1 minute, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, that one. Volume or what? Flood test. Volume or what? Flood test. More data he carry. Okay, along with the weight he is lifting, he is also carrying some other weight items to along with him. Some other items along with him. In that situation, whether he is able to carry data or not. Okay. Scalability test. What is there? Scalability test. It cannot be given on one person. Okay. So same application, multiple copies, or same application capacity is increased. Come on. So whether the number of requests are increased or not. Next one. Capacities testing. Maximum concurrent user support. Tell me. So checking what? 2000 users versus what? 3000 users. Latency testing. Measure response delays between what? Request and display. Network delays, graphical performance. Testing application from India versus US versus what? Europe. Failover recovery, this one. If one server fails, it is smoothly moving toward another server or not. Okay, configuration. Which combination is working? Okay, na? Which combination is what? Working all this stuff. So we are getting a small, this one now, boss. Performance testing type quick comparison table. Instead of seeing theory one by one, it's better to have use cases kind of like this now, my dear. That's what I'm saying. After arrival of ChatGPT, content writing is not a big thing. Earlier, I used to write this content by collecting different website, copy, paste. I should do drafting. But now you need not to do drafting work. Drafting work is taken care by what? Gen AI tool. This is also one kind of Gen AI tool. This much time? Oh, very bad. Very bad. I thought it will give what? Real diagram. Some GUI diagram. Same thing it is giving as what? Image. Great mastermind, guys. Fine. Okay, no problem. I think you got the idea about different types of tests now, guys. Fine. Tomorrow when we meet, we are going to see practicals of what all these things. With the different varieties of options we are going to see. Yeah, where is this stuff, guys? Yeah, where is this? No, DevSecApps. DevSecApps, how much, guys? 20? 2310. Where is this? New folder. Sorry, Jmeter. What is there? Jmeter. Yes. Right click, file upload, E-drive, class content. Yeah, what is there? Tools FS. Yeah, tell me guys, 905 Jmeter, session 1 and session 2. Okay, session